The regular season may be wrapping up, but there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. And right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $150 in bonus bets. Win or lose, the app is simple to use, and there are so many different ways to bet, like live same-game parlays. You can find bets in the new Explorer tab. You can make a parlay in the Parlay Hub, which is the best way to find popular parlays, and much, much more. So visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to make your first bet a layup. FanDuel, an official partner of the NFL. And Leroy, welcome. The floor is yours.
What's up?
With the shirt you're wearing. So take it
Oh,
away,
Leroy with the shave.
Yeah.
He looks so
Facial hair is gone.
He looks younger, doesn't he?
Wow, he does.
My wife put the kibosh on that.
Hey, you know, that could be. When did you shave that?
Saturday?
After or before? Oh, no, that was before Michigan's win.
Before.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
That was bold.
That's
I was supposed to go out there.
Oh, why did you go?
Because I just had knee surgery.
What?
Wow, we didn't even know.
I
about
didn't even know that.
What did you do?
I had meniscus. They had to cut some meniscus off both sides, and I had a cyst on my knee.
Whoa, how did that turn out? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I had it the Thursday before Christmas.
Wow, we didn't even know. Well, I hope you're heeling well.
Feel well.
Now, this is,
Hey,
how many
hey,
did it have?
let me explain something. Let me explain something to you guys. You know me well enough. If my mouth is working, I'm showing up. I'm coming with a cast on my hand.
Yeah.
I'm coming with a limp. But my mouth working, I'm good, baby.
He's good.
Let's go.
Hey,
By the way, I think we should show Leroy the video we just played and get his analysis on that guy as a running back.
Give us a scouting report on
Can we do
this.
that?
I think the Browns should sign this guy. What do you think? Let's
Yeah.
roll the video again. You can talk over it, Leroy.
Ooh. Hey, Bush. Get him, Bush.
Hey, look, hey, Bow, look, sweet feet.
Look at him working. Look at his feet. Hey.
Watch the speed cut. He gonna have a speed cutter.
Watch this guy jump over him.
Get out. Get off me. Get upfield, big boy.
Damn.
He turning the corner.
That guy's a load.
Hey.
I'm serious.
Can I just say this?
Sure.
Yeah.
They playing flag football.
No, that's tackle. It's called the AFL.
Tackle to the ground.
Tackle football.
Backyard football.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Oh, okay. Well, you still can't get hit for real. And I would love, like I tell people all the time, there's nothing more terrifying than leaving college and one of your first assignments is to block LT. Okay? Ain't no LTs on that field. And so the mother, hey Ty, you can say this too. You face some guys and you like, wow, this ain't Ohio State anymore. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In the league, absolutely.
So like, yeah. Okay. Like that looks great with, you got a little mouthpiece in, a little angry mouthpiece and all that them pads. Listen, somebody would concuss him within the first 5 minutes of the game because he ain't never been hit like that.
Leroy, they trying to get you caught up. They try to throw you that little softball, get you talking for 10 minutes on the big fella. But we all know what we came to see today. We need to get into what we need to talk about. Talk about your boys and how they moving right now.
Yeah, congratulations, Leroy.
I'm going to say this. There's nobody who was more shocked at the way that defense played. I mean, have you ever seen a Alabama offensive line look that big and slow?
You're exactly right.
And so I was shocked. And I was also shocked that all they had to do was put 4 guys on one side and then bring a safety down, and they acted like that safety didn't exist. So I want to know what game plan was that that you could see the whole time. I'm watching my TV and I'm like, uh-oh, here come a sack. And the guys I'm watching the game with say, why? I say, because the whole game, they ain't paid attention to that weak side safety coming down. And guess what? So I don't know what kind of game plan that was. I was really impressed with the fact of the way they contained Melrose, right? Because he has, when all things have failed, he is one of the fastest guys on the field, and he's made plays with his feet, and they kind of eliminated that because they had enough speed to get to him before he could get free. So it was, and all that being said, Alabama is still Alabama, and it went into overtime.
Yeah.
So I was still sitting on the edge of my seat even then.
Hell, that fourth
because
and
it's
two
Alabama.
pickup, that 4th and 2 pickup on Michigan's last drive in regulation, that was the game. I felt like if Alabama could come up with the stop there, they're sitting pretty. And every time Michigan needed to make a play, it didn't matter what side of the ball it was, Leroy. Their lines on both sides may be the best in the sport right now.
But here's the most incredible thing. And we all look at sports differently. And I'm looking at the dumb wide receiver that block a dude right in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm thinking to myself, how often does a player in any sport get to redeem himself
the very
that
next
quickly
play
after that mistake?
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, wow.
You know what, Leroy? Was that Harbaugh saying, I mean, he's wearing the number 1 jersey at Michigan. You know what that means. Was that
Greg
Harbaugh
McMurtry,
saying,
Anthony,
I believe in this kid, let's go right back to him?
I don't know. He was pretty damn open most of the time. So, it's not like he had a choice. And that one play that when the ball was tipped, that's a hard thing to do because you jumping.
Yeah. You aren't kidding.
You jumping as if that ball's not tipped.
And you got to stay in the air.
Woo! So that was a hell of a play. And then the play on the goal line was just a hell of a design. I mean, that was something special right there. But even then, because
what was Alabama? Leroy, sorry to cut you off, but 2 things. Yeah. First of all, what the hell was Alabama thinking on that last play of the game in overtime? What kind of play call was that?
Here's the thing that confused me.
Yeah.
The only thing that confused me was they didn't spread him out enough.
No.
Like you were in a tight run situation, so I assumed that they were going to roll him out to do the opposite of what you look like.
Yeah.
And they got all those blockers in there and then dropped back and then ran him. And then the other thing was, the thing about Melrose was he got very impatient. So, normally quarterbacks that run these draws, they'll give a couple of little pats of the ball and then go.
Right.
He was going like a running back, and he didn't let nothing clear out at all.
Yeah, he did not.
So he was a little impatient also.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Corum was fantastic on the touchdown run to win it. How good is he going to be in the NFL? You think he's going to be a big-time back or no?
It's hard to tell with running backs in college sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the most important aspect of a running back, and he'll go to the combine, he'll be strong, he'll run whatever he runs. But the most important thing about a running back is his ability to see in his explosiveness. Yeah. Right? So one of the biggest misnomers about running back is when people say, oh, he has the ability to take it to the house. Any play could go to the house. Well, guess what? That don't happen that damn much. But you know what does happen? 5-yard gains, 4-yard gains, not getting lost yards, turning 5-yard into 10 yards, stuff like that. And so you could have really fast guys that have the ability to take it to the house at any time, and they can't never get in the open field.
You know what I like about him, though, Leroy, about Blake? Because, I did I was with the Big Ten this year, so I had to cover them. I went through the season when we did the Big Ten championship. I did not know he did not fumble the ball one time this year. Did you know that?
You could tell. Wait, you could tell on that touchdown they pulled on it and he turned with it.
He always gets the ball tugged. He does not fumble the football. But I'm gonna tell you what, he gonna end up as a Charger. He gonna replace Austin Eckler because Jim Harbaugh gonna be the coach there next year.
Yeah, I agree that. I agree with that.
By the way, whoa. By the way, Leroy said that 3 months ago.
No,
And he was right then.
no, we said that we asked you about that like 3 weeks ago.
Well, no, Leroy said.
I said it because after the Chargers start losing, I'm like, there's no way he survives. And with that quarterback, and with that defense, and with that, that's a Jim Harbaugh soft landing area.
Was it true that the Chargers owner was at the game?
Well, I don't know if he was at that game, but they had a meeting or something like
Someone
that.
texted me that the Chargers owner.
Well, here's
I
all
couldn't
you need to
confirm
know.
it, was at the Rose Bowl.
Here's all.
I don't know about the Rose
You guys are looking at the wrong things. Let me tell you what. When they announced this, then I start worrying. Jim Harbaugh has signed an agent.
Right.
Did he?
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah, I saw that.
signing an agent. You
Well,
ain't
wait.
signing an agent to stay where you are. You
He
signed an
changed
agent to
agents.
keep
He
Changed
changed
signing.
agents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
changed
He
agents.
changed.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah, right.
That means somebody get ready for something.
Yeah, I mean, he was already with an agent.
Wait, Leroy.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're going to stay pat,
No, why change agents?
why change agents?
Right.
But you're
Right.
changing agents because you're working on some sort of mega deal, and this guy has a little bit more power and pull to put together this huge package. That's coming.
Leroy.
That being said, if I was Jim Harbaugh, I would not leave.
Anyway, Leroy.
can't
Go,
leave
Would not
that
leave.
there.
Why? Why?
yeah, why would you not?
Because you winning the national championship, going to 3 playoffs, right? You're gonna be consistently in the playoffs now.
Yeah,
that
but he
they
knows what's
expand.
coming. He
But
knows what's coming.
Nobody wants to deal with the transfer portal or NIL. So that's
Right, it's a different deal, but also
They all
Leroy,
like,
I
I'ma
mean, you
just
have to admit
head
that
on up
he
there.
knows what's coming from the NCAA.
You think he's gonna get suspended more?
I think they're going to get slammed.
Okay, then I would go ahead on and pull the Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all know what the Pete Carroll is.
yeah,
Yep.
you know what that is?
Reggie
A lot of people know
loves
what
it.
this is. He walks into the room, he rips the nastiest piece of you know what, and walks out, and everybody's going, what in the hell is that smell? And that the smell is Pete Carroll just left the room, and in Michigan it's about to be Jim Harbaugh just left the room.
Hey,
He threw a grenade
here's
in the
the
room,
thing.
and then he left.
Here's the thing. They took away Reggie Bush's Heisman. They penalized you at USC, and Pete Carroll went and made $6-7 million in Seattle.
And the kids are the ones that are left to pick up the pieces.
Leroy, let me ask you a Browns-related question. Dalvin
Sure.
Cook is a free agent. Are you in or out?
Out.
Oh, really?
Why?
Well, G. Bush disagrees with you.
Here's what.
Just to tell me, I disagree. Just
Trying to start shit.
Here's what you have
Whatever
to do.
you say, G. Bush is out.
Yeah.
We're making assumptions about how much Dalvin Cook can help. I'm gonna tell you the only difference between Dalvin Cook and Ford. Dalvin Cook is a veteran and is more patient running the football, right? And that's the things that I talk about that Jerome Ford needs to get to, to become more complete.
Right.
That being said, okay, you talking about Dalvin Cook coming in week 18. How much is he going to be able to help you? You see what I mean?
Yeah. I don't, but
And,
Leroy,
and that's the thing. If it was
Yeah.
5 weeks ago, if it was 6 weeks ago, sure. But not going into the playoffs. Here's what I don't want. I don't want the coaching staff or the organization to have no more damn decisions. Right?
Right.
I don't want them to have no more things to confuse the task at hand.
Yeah.
And everything is pretty much, you had to move around some wide receivers. They still play well, right? You got running backs you're moving in and out. That's okay, right? Your quarterback, goodness, that's something that I don't think anybody expected, but it's working out.
Yeah.
You want to add another variable?
Well,
But
Leroy,
yeah.
what if you do this, though? It's week 18. You want to save as many hits on your running backs as you can. Later this afternoon, we're going to find out, in all likelihood, what the Browns are going to do in terms
they're
of
not
who
going to play
plays.
Ford and Hunt this week.
I don't see any reason to play
Yeah.
them. I don't see any reason to play your stars at all.
Yeah.
But what's the harm in bringing Dalvin Cook in? And you can speak to how hard it is for a running back to assimilate into an offense. I've always been told it's relatively easy, but you would know better than I would. I mean,
What?
Who told
you that?
Warwick
Who
Dunn
told you
me
that?
Warwick Dunn told me that.
Okay, how many times did he switch?
Well, he went from the Bucks to the Falcons, but he also changed head coaches a couple times
But
too.
he's been under
but look,
Kevin
that's
before.
why I bring it up. I'm just curious to see what you have to say. But here's my thing. If you bring him in, it doesn't cost you much. You save Ford the wear and tear on his body. Give him 17 full days between collisions to get ready for the big game. And who knows? It's like a scratch-off lottery ticket. This guy could have 150 yards on 25 carries. I'm not saying he will, but I would at least like to see it.
Leroy's finished with you guys.
Leroy, if I was going to do a lottery ticket right now,
His mind pushed
okay?
back. His mind is pushed all
Right.
the way back right now.
All right, now let me bring him back to reality. Leroy, this guy had 1,100 yards last year. Okay? He's playing behind one of the worst offensive lines I can remember in New York. If I gave you a lottery ticket right now, and there's a potential to win $100,000, are you going to scratch it, or are you just going to throw it away?
Yeah, I'm going to scratch it.
Then scratch the damn Dalvin Cook thing.
No, hey, your analogies suck. That's terrible.
Tell me why. Tell me why. God, you know what? I hope he goes to Kansas City and tears it up.
Because guess what?
I'm going to have fun
next
next
week.
week.
Scratch off, and I scratch it off. There's no harm, no foul, right?
What's
But if
the
you try
harm
to
in this?
If you try to incorporate a dude in your offense,
You're not.
that's not just scratching off a ticket.
I'm not incorporating a dude. I'm basically, the move is to save my running backs a week's worth of hits going into the biggest game of the season.
Hey, you just want it to happen, so you're just trying to find ways where to make it okay.
No,
I don't listen.
In truth, I don't want him. I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't. What I said was, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to say,
that's
what's
not
the
what you
harm in
said.
figuring out if they're... Because guess
What's
what?
the harm?
Once upon a time, I heard the same laughter that you just gave us about bringing in Joe Flacco. Once upon a time,
did.
a member of our regular
I
panel,
did.
Jason Lloyd, told me that Kareem Hunt is on 3 wheels.
Liar.
The dude's got 10
Liar.
touchdowns. What's the harm in testing it out?
It's not what's the harm. It's the timing of it. Right?
I didn't hear
Like-
that. I'm sorry. Mike was talking to me.
It's not the harm.
Okay.
It's the timing of it. Okay? You're in week 18.
Right.
Like I said, if this was 5 weeks ago, right? Then yeah, you could kind of work him into it and he'd be ready for this moment. But to then come in and say, okay, it's already Wednesday. So he gonna get here Thursday?
I saw
and
Baker
you-
Mayfield do that last year with the Rams and have an all-time career game.
And where is he now?
Having a great year, getting ready to take the Buccaneers to the playoffs.
Well, just choked last
who?
week.
He's going to take the
With who?
Buccaneers to the playoffs.
Well,
I mean,
he
you ask me
better
where
win.
he is, I'll tell you where he is.
Well, we don't know he's making the playoffs yet.
They're going to beat Atlanta Sunday.
they just
Or no,
choked.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shoot.
I'm sorry. They play Carolina Sunday, okay?
Jay, the
Hold
way
on.
he played this past... Wait, no.
The way he played,
He was awful this past week.
Oh, shoot.
he was not awful.
Hey, they hit that button.
Did you watch the game?
Yes, some of it.
Okay, so he did throw 2 interceptions.
He was
One
awful. He put up
tipped.
all his numbers in garbage time.
Bull, look,
All
I'm
right,
not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue
Silly
that.
to argue.
'Cause we-
Let me just get to one thing with Leroy.
But wait, Leroy asked me a question. Well,
Yes.
where is he now? The point is, the Rams brought him in on a Thursday. He had an all-time career great game, led the Rams to a come-from-behind win. He was in the offense one day, and he's the quarterback.
And
you're
Leroy
telling me a running back can't do that?
And Leroy, to be fair,
nuts.
To be fair, teams are still signing guys. The Browns still signed an offensive lineman. But last thing, real quick, before you go, you mentioned Ford last week. Jerome Ford, when you were on with us last week, you talked about what you just mentioned there. His patience is not there. I actually thought he must have been listening to you last week, because I thought this past game was his best game I've seen him play, and I thought for the first time he showed vision and patience that we have not seen from him. Did you see that? Am I crazy, or did you see that improvement this week?
It looks like, listen, think of it like this. As a running back, you got one burst, right? And you have to time it up when you use it. if you use it up at the wrong time, you're just gonna run in the back of people, right? And I think he was a little more patient with that. He looked, and what's crazy about it is, when you're patient with it, it looks like you're even more explosive, right?
Yes.
And everybody thinks, you might hear people say, it looks like he's got his legs with him. Looks like he's got his legs underneath. No, he's just being more patient. He's always had that. And I think as you are around other veterans, as you get tired of running to the back of the offensive lineman, as you get tired of, they're probably preaching it to him. Hey, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? Patience, patience, patience. Now use your skill. It's
How
just
long did it
it's
take
a
you to
lesson
learn
a lot of
that?
people have to learn.
How long did it take you to learn that, Leroy? Last question, then we got to go.
I had it right away for this reason. I had a unique situation that I played 1 yard from the quarterback in my college career.
Yeah.
And so all my decisions had to come quick. So when I backed up to 7 yards, I was already patient because I had more room to operate.
Interesting.
And so it was always a blessing in disguise that, I'm playing a yard behind a quarterback and running these plays inside, but I still had the vision to be able to make quick moves from a yard out. So when I backed up, I was like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, you're right. It was a blessing in disguise. All right, Leroy, thanks for the heated conversation. We love it. Before we let you go, I only got 30 seconds. You lost the fantasy. You finished dead last, 12th. There is a punishment that goes along with that. Here's what the crew has decided. Last year, the punishment was Mikey McNuggets finished last. He had to go to a local comedy club and do a comedy set. And by the way, he killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Now, we're going to give you the opportunity to choose here. And G. Bush came up with these choices. You can either A, do the comedy set at the comedy club, which, by the way, would sell out. We'd raise a lot of money for charity. And I think you'd actually kill it on a comedy mic. Or number 2, this is G. Bush's idea, you can come to town and take the whole crew out to dinner. It's your choice.
Hey, man, this man got great. I ain't never gonna throw no shade. Leroy got impeccable taste when it comes to
He knows where to eat in Cleveland.
Leroy
I'll tell
took
you
you and I out for dinner and a few other people last year.
Hey, I might do the comedy thing.
Leroy, here's the thing.
Leroy, I'll text you about this offline. We could talk.
Leroy, if you agree to do that, I'll agree to do this. We can go to Johnny's. That's your place, right?
Yeah.
That's his place.
We'll go to Johnny's, and I'll split the group tab with you at Johnny's. How's that?
Okay.
Done.
And here's
Like
something.
it. I like that.
Time is
I only have
right.
one rule. I only have one rule.
One rule. Hold on. One rule.
G. Bush don't eat his food like a child.
That's right. He was cutting his whole steak.
You cut the whole steak up, right?
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
Leroy, we love you, man. Happy New Year. Congratulations to your Wolverines.
All righty.